Hey everybody, it's Debbie O'Neill of Scrap Me Quick Designs, and today we're talking about Cricut Party Foil. It's that fun metallic-y mylar type material that you can make your own party decor with, and these create those beautiful dangles, party dangles that you can hang from the ceiling or a light fixture, etc. You can, if you're doing an outdoor party, you can even hang it from the trees, which would be fun. And there are some already designed images in Design Space. I'm going to show you in a minute where to find those so you can make your own dangles. But I'm going to show you how you can customize these to your own theme to match your party. So stay tuned for that. We're going to do that in just a minute. But I want to talk about how can you be successful working with this material, because it's a little bit different. Everybody always asks me about it. So today we're going to talk about what I do and use to make it easy to work with the Cricut Party Foil. Now, it comes in a big variety of colors. I'm just showing you a few colors here. It comes in a lot of different colors. And when you get the roll, I'm going to use my True Control knife here. I'm going to slice. I don't want to, this is going to scratch easily, so I want to be careful when I am working with it so I don't get scratches on it. When you unroll it, you're going to notice you have a flat, shiny piece, which is the outside of the roll, which is what you see on the roll. But on the inside of that, there is a separate piece, which is the holographic look. Okay, so you get both of these in the roll, and it's hard to tell sometimes when you pick up the rolls. So you do get both the flat and the holographic, and it comes on, it's 12 by 48 inches of material for each of the pieces, so you get plenty to use. You're going to need some fishing line to be able to hang your dangles from. Okay, so you want to have some of that, and I'm going to be working with, and you'll need scissors of course, and I'm going to be working with some Cricut tools that I find helpful. And of course, with the Party Foil, we can make dangles, we can make confetti, we can decorate, you know, with bigger images. It's really fun. But you want to start with a sticky mat. That's going to be super important that you come up with you have a sticky mat. I'm using a Cricut light grip mat, and it has only been used like once or twice, so it is still super sticky. Okay, so it's really sticky, and you can use a green mat if you want. I just prefer the light blue mats. That's up to you. But what you want to do is when you unroll your material, you're going to lay it on your mat and, you know, line it up where you would normally put it on your mat. But I'm going to use the Cricut fabric brayer, and I'm going to use this to help make sure it really sticks down, because you don't want this sliding around on you when it goes to start cutting. Okay, so this is going to help me just get a good adhesion there. And then what I want to do is, since I'm using the whole roll here, I want to go ahead and trim this. So I'm going to use my True Control knife and my Cricut safety ruler, and I have my Cricut mat underneath it, and I'm just going to cut a nice line here to separate this, because next time I go to use the material, I want to have a nice sharp edge to start with. So that makes that easy work of that. And now I'm ready to put this in my machine.
Okay, so let me show you where you find the Party Foil image projects that are already in Design Space, because that's going to be our starting point. And I'm in Design Space. I'm going to come over here in my left menu. I've gone into where I'm going to create a new project, and I'm going to come up here to where it says Projects. And then over here in the project search projects, I'm going to just put Party Foil. Okay, if I can spell it correctly. And then hit the little search thing feature. Now you're going to notice it's going to pop up with images. Because we search for Party Foil, you're going to find projects that you use Party Foil. You're also going to find that it brings up party images and it brings up foil images, because Cricut has a bunch of different foil products. So how do you know if it's for Party Foil? So when you click on one of those images, these are already designed projects in Design Space. So they've already outlined what you need to do to work with these, and it will tell you underneath materials to cut, it will list Cricut Party Foil. So you'll know if it's really something you're going to use with the party foil. All right. So that's the first thing. The second thing I want to point out is there's a whole bunch of different things you can use. So there's party confetti that's already lined up. If you don't want to design your own, there's some right there. You could just grab real quick and cut some out of whatever colors you want. There's different party foil, they're calling it flare. You can hang some of those streamers from the end of balloons to give them an extra zip and zang. This is the party princess dangle that I showed you earlier that I was cutting out, and there's a bunch of different ones. There's galaxy ones. You'll just have to go through and look at them.
Okay, so I've removed the first image, which was the swirl, okay, the dangle, I guess. And then see, it just comes off the mat, and it will then have a hole at the top. And then I just used some of that fishing line and tied it in the circle there. Okay, so you can make this piece as long as you want, so that, you know, depending upon where you're hanging it from. But then it's gonna, you know, just be a dangle. But there are images that you can add to the bottom of this so that it then helps with the party theme. This one was the princess party image that's already in Design Space. I'm making this for my 6-year-old granddaughter. She has a princess themed room, and we're actually going to use the dangle above her bed. So when you go to remove it, just be gentle. You don't want to tear it. I always take the excess part of it off first. The mylar quality of those pieces tend to pop right off. All right, so once I have that out of the way, you're going to notice you're going to end up with some of your pieces have popped off by themselves, which is awesome. But you're also going to notice that they added some of the confetti images around the sides of this image so that it helps, you know, just use up more of the material. So think about that when we go to customize. I want to just gently lift these off. Just be careful with them. You don't want to tear them, but they'll come right off the mat. Okay, so once you get these images off, this is your big dangle. This is the Princess Castle. And I used the sparkle holographic for this because I thought that would be a nice contrast from using the smooth material. And then I'm going to just take some of the fishing line, and on the bottom end of this, there's another hole here. And I'm just going to dangle this in the hole here. I'm going to dangle that from the end of this, so that then we have this cute castle is going to be hanging from the end of the dangle. Okay, so think about this as a starting point for when you're designing your own parties. Think about those dangles can be part of your theme. So depending upon what you're using, if you don't see one already in Design Space, I'm going to show you how to make it so it fits your theme. I'm going to use the big Cricut scraper here, and I'm going to pull off all of these confetti pieces that are on here, because it'll make it a lot easier to get them all off in one fell swoop. So that's what you see me doing here. I'm just kind of slowly moving them across the mat. I'm not scraping the adhesive off my mat. I'm not rubbing so hard I'm pulling the adhesive off. I just wanted to point that out. And then I'm just going to do that and get all those off my mat. Okay, so now let me show you how to customize to your own theme using some images in Design Space. Let's go make our new party.
The one we're going to look for to customize is there's one called Sports Party Foil Dangles. So I'm going to click on that. And this one is interesting because when I go down here to customize, I'm going to click customize. This one's going to come up, and it is going, I'm going to minimize this so you guys can see all the images. But for this one, it has some images that's for a football party, right? Or a basketball party, or any sports theme party, right? But there is a blank one of these that we can use, and there's a large, super large one, and then a smaller one, so that you could have different sizes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this project. I'm going to do save as, and I'm going to rename this. And I'm going to call this my Christmas Party Foil. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to save it under a completely new name. in Design Space. Now these are free images in Design Space. So now that I've named this project a Christmas Party Foil, I don't want all of these images that are football, okay, because I'm not going to use those. And I do not necessarily want, you know, if I wanted to do the 3 different sizes, I could, well, this one's the same size, I think. Yeah, it's the same size. So there's 2 sizes on here. So let's say I don't want the stars on this one, but I want to use that same image. You can come over here to contour in your layers panel. So I've highlighted the image. I can come over here to contour, click contour. Now hide contour is where it's going to turn off parts of the image that you don't want to see. So I do not want to have all these stars on here. And instead of clicking, I could click each individual star and make it go away, but that's going to take me forever. What I want to do is I want to do hide all contours, and now it's taken all of those off. But now I can go back in and add the ones that I want. So I definitely want the outline shape to still be there, and I want the little cutouts to still be there. So I'm going to, those are the circles that we use to hang our elements from and to hang the image from. So I'm going to scroll down until I find the other one of those, and I want to turn that one on. Okay, so now I know that it's going to cut out the shape for me, and it's going to have the circles. So we're going to get out of that. Okay, so now we have those are gone. Okay, so if you ever find any of these other dangle images that Cricut's designed, that's how you would get rid of their images and still be able to use that shape for yourself. All right, now the next thing I want to show you is how do I customize this for my own party. So I want to come over here into images, and I'm going to do a Christmas theme. And this is so easy, guys. Once you see this, you're like, oh my gosh. Okay, so I want to make this image here. You want something that has a nice, just simple outline. You don't want something that's too intricate, and you want it to be a solid shape. Okay, so I'm going to pick this image, and I want the one underneath it. All right, I'm going to add these to my mat. And I picked this tree because I'm going to make this one my dangle piece. Okay, so let's do that first. Okay, so I'm going to make this one my dangle. So you can make your dangle as big as you want. That's probably bigger than I want it to be. So I'm going to probably make it, let's say 5 inches. Okay, now I need to add a hole in this so I'll be able to hang it right like I showed you with the other ones. We have to have a hole on that bottom dangle piece, the theme piece. So I'm going to take a basic shape. I'm going to take a circle. And remember when we're going to use a slice feature. I'm just going to make that circle tiny, and I'm going to put it up here in the star. And then I'm going to highlight the background piece, the tree. And now in my layers panel down here, the slice feature is available. So I'm going to click slice, and it will slice the hole for me. Okay, so it's super simple to do that. You could do it on any image as long as it's a single layer. Remember, slice is 1 to 1. Okay, one like a cookie cutter. You roll out the dough as the Christmas tree, and the cookie cutter shape is the circle. Okay, so always think of it that way and you will do well. All right, now I want to use this tree, and I want to take that shape, and instead of having stars cut out of it, I want it to be Christmas tree. So I'm going to size this image down. Let me make a couple of these. Okay, I'm going to size this image down until it fits, and I'm just going to duplicate a whole bunch of these. And I will start going in and adding them to that round piece until, and I don't want to put them too close. I want them kind of far apart from each other, because you want to have enough material in between that it's not going to, you know, hurt the integrity of your dangle, that it wouldn't be too holy, so that it would have enough shape to it, I guess would be the best way to say. So see how I'm kind of spacing these out. So you would do this with any theme that you want to have. And I'm just using the little turn arrows here on the image, and I'm making sure that they're fitting within the lines, okay? So you can do this as many times as you need to. And I just keep adding more until I get it all the way around the way I want it. Okay, you may have to make them a little bit smaller when you get up here in the smaller circle. Once you get your theme image on here, then you're just going to highlight the whole thing, and you're going to come down here to attach. Okay, and this is where it's going to cut out for you. So let's go cut it out. So we're going to go to make it, and then I'm going to say continue. Material setting, I wanted to show you, you need to go to browse materials. You're going to go down here to the word other. It's on the bottom of the page, okay, when you scroll down. And on here is Party Foil. And you know it's a Cricut brand because it has the Cricut bug head on it. So I'm going to click on that and say done. And then I'm going to send this to my mat. It's going to tell you use your fine point blade, blah, blah, blah. I'll load it in, and I'll show you what it's going to look like when we're all done.
Okay, so let's do the reveal of our custom theme dangle. I'm going to peel off the excess. Now, I could have used, you know, more images on here and added some more confetti and stuff on this other side. I skipped that part, but you could certainly have gone ahead and added more confetti pieces. But we will end up with some confetti. Now, I am going to go ahead and use my scraper here to get this to lift up. And there again, I want to just carefully remove it because I don't want to be tearing anything. Isn't it exciting to see the reveal? Woohoo! Look at that. We have a Christmas tree themed dangle that we created ourselves in Design Space. Okay, so you end up with all the fun, bigger pieces of the negatives from your dangle to use as confetti for your party. And I'm going to go ahead and use the sparkle foil to make the larger tree dangle that's going to go on the end of this. But that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Get out there and make something fun with your party foil. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and share my video. I appreciate that. Come follow me over in the Let's Learn Cricut Explore Facebook group or the Cricut Maker with Debbie O'Neill group. Bye-bye for now.